This is INCRadio, DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on our INC Radio Texas. I'm Sister Jamie coming to you live from Austin, Texas. And today, or this evening, actually, we are enjoying a really nice 69 degrees, or for those of you in the metric, that is a 20 degrees Celsius. So, and for this evening's topic, we are basically on the last part of our rejection to redirection, and we're going to be talking about relationships. So we expect everyone to chime in our chat this evening when we post up our question of the day, but our question of the evening. But as usual, I'm not by myself. I'm joined by my equally fantastic, fabulous co-host, Sister Wendy. How are you doing this evening?
Thank you so much, Sister Jamie. Doing well. And hello, everyone. I am Sister Wendy, coming to you from local of Houston. It is a lovely evening indeed, and I'm ready to talk about rejection to redirection. With that said, I'm going to redirect over to Sister Irene. How are you doing today?
Hello there, everyone, and good evening, good afternoon, or good morning. And my name is Sister Irene Yoga. Very happy to be here and with our beautiful brethren here.
Speaking of beautiful, we're also joined by Brother Byrne. It's nice to see you. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good. I'm very good. Thank you. It's been a long time. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening for those who are tuning in INC Radio Texas. Of course, you have, as Sister Jamie introduced me, I'm Bernhardt Gonzaga, and I'm one of the hosts for today. And welcome. I hope you'll enjoy this our topic for tonight.
Most definitely. I think we have a lot to cover in our topic this evening. And again, feel free to chime in, everyone that's tuning in. And thank you so much for joining us or spending your Friday evening with us. And, and basically just kind of having this community with everyone this evening. So the question of the evening today, Sister Wendy, do you have that question of the evening? I can't find my notes currently.
No worries. I got you covered. Yeah. So our question of the evening, and we would love to hear from you, is how did you use rejection as redirection to a better you? So again, we would love to hear from you. Please do leave your comments and we'll be looking at those throughout the show. And so I think, Sister Jamie, if you want, we can start with the question of the evening too ourselves to kind of get the ball rolling. And
yes, absolutely. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Sister Wendy.
No worries. Yeah, and since I made the suggestion, happy to share kind of a experience of my own. So, I have been through like rejections before, and when it happens, it is there is sadness in it a little bit, but once you have kind of a bit of time to heal, it is really coming to an understanding like, hey, maybe it's not meant to be, it's not the right time yet, and there is so much more that you can do, like focus on career, family, other things. And so really after that, taking a step back to look for myself personally, it kind of took a redirection where it opened up a lot of more options to consider. For example, like, hey, there's career opportunities in the US. And so, with that said, a whole new door opened and I kind of just redirected into my career and moved over to the US. But yeah, so that's kind of my story. And I'd love to also hear from Sister Irene. How about yourself?
Hello again. Yes, that's true, Sister Wendy. Of course, there's that moment of sadness, right? And you're thinking, for me, a short moment of negativity. However, I was still pretty young, and I thought of maybe it's not time yet. I immediately focused on the positive things in life, and there's so much more in life, not just about yourself, but what's out there. My education, work. I mean, and at that time, at my younger age, I was so mature, and I thought of, what, there's a lot more important things in life than having a relationship, especially at a young age, right? So that really helped me better myself, and truthfully and honestly, I have a better future. And now, similar to Sister Wendy, migrated here in the United States, and you just keep thinking and moving forward, how you can better yourself, because again, there's much more important in life.
That is so true. I think for my own experience, um I experienced a very harsh rejection, definitely heartbreaking. Sometimes you think that you're never going to get out of it, or feel like it's like the end of the world, right? But I remember I resorted to having a devotional prayer and asking God for just making me a very content person, whatever that looks like, content in the goals that I set for myself, content in my work, is most especially in my duties and stuff like that. And so that really helped me get through that hump. It's very surprising. Like I'm thinking, oh my, this is going to start, this is going to last for months, and it lasted for like days. And so highly recommend that for everyone. Prayer does wonders for sure. So now that I think a lot of us also like may have been in a relationship or a marriage for quite some time. I know that Sister Irene, yours is that it's so amazing, over 30 years or 35 years plus. Not to age you, but what do you, I mean, in that, kind of like when you look back at that and the experiences that you've had, like what do you think is probably like I think we were talking about this earlier, like your own formula? Because I think it's different for everyone. Even though we're married, we're in a relationship, we still go through these rejections. We still need to do like, like some redirections and things like that. So like in your lifetime experience, like what would be your own formula in having a successful, like sustainable relationship?
A lot of patience and understanding. And you think sometimes like, oh, I don't know if I have more patience or whatever the situation may be, right? But I say a lot of patience. I mean, it's just like what they say is the unlimited, patience and understanding. And that will truly, truly help you in the relationship. I know it does for us. So, yep, at 36 years this year.
36. That is amazing. Congratulations, Sister Irene. More power to you. How about you, Sister Wendy? I think you are like coming up to your 1 year. Like, what have you, I guess, I kind of like learned? Again, we still all go through rejections and redirections throughout our, relationship. Like, what do you think is kind of like your own formula?
Yeah, and really excited to be almost at the 1 year mark. Yay. But yeah, it's definitely one big part of that formula is communications, actually talking things out and making sure that we're not assuming my better half is a mind reader. And so really, if there's something that we like doing or I like doing personally, I will say that out loud. And if there's something that I'm hoping to change for in a different direction, I would also just talk it out. And so really not expecting the other person to be a mind reader and keep that communication flowing is really huge. How about you, Brother Byrne? I'm also curious, what is in your formula in terms of relationships and things like that?
In terms of relationship, for me, for men, I think, or probably just me, for me, I just wanted it to be simple. If you need something, tell me. If you don't want anything, tell me. Um, that way that there's no, like what Sister Wendy is saying, that there's no guessing. It's like it adds more stress to in a relationship that you have to guess. Plus, fun fact that I learned for the past, what, 33 years that I've been, well, let's say 20 years that I have known a relationship. Um, y- if you plan something on your own, it's not gonna happen if it's not in the will of our Almighty God. It's always His plan that goes. So you just have to follow. It's funny that because I'm here in the U.S. as well as Sister Wendy's story, that it's really fun. It's really funny that I ended up here, having having all these opportunities that I have right now. Especially I'm here inside of our church, and it's really a good blessing that if you truly are blessed with wisdom by our Almighty God, um, you'll understand why you are having this rejection left and right. You'll see the disconnection from all these people left and right, and it will boost your, what do you call this, your self awareness. I think it will make you a bit a more better person than you were before if you actually just learn and study what is happening in your life, the redirections and stuff. Yeah, that's what happened to me, and I'm blessed. I'm really blessed.
That is a very interesting point that you bring up, Brother Vernon. It's so true that, like, when you get rejected, the redirection always comes from God, right? Like, He has the ultimate plan, the blueprint, for your life, and you almost, at some point, like when it happens, you don't understand, but eventually it will present itself that it does redirect you to a better outcome. And obviously, to your point, like, like a better, like blessings and,
Yeah.
and things like that. So I think that's great.
'Cause,
And I know that we have,
it's
go
hard
ahead.
to, it's not easy to accept the no for all of us. I think it's so hard to accept the no's, but eventually, if you really just put your mind into it, you'll understand why you had it. Yeah, you had this nose and stuff. Yeah.
1000%. I completely agree with you. When you talk about the fact that, God gives you that wisdom, that's where the wisdom comes in, right? Is that self-awareness. It's that realizing and understanding the why these series of events have happened and where it brought you to, basically to a betterment, right? I know we have so many like activities that are like happening in our chat. Do y'all mind reading them and kind of sharing what everybody has been saying on the chat?
Yeah, let's take a look at what is happening. So we do have Ron Mesa tuning in from Houston Tomball, from Mark Castro viewing from Temple GWS. I'm so sorry, I don't know what that acronym stands for, but thank you for tuning in. We also have Rome Talioga. Ooh, happy listening, viewing from Killeen. Thank you for tuning in. And we also have username Lauren tuning in from Houston. We also have Armando from Humble. And we also have some of our viewers that are answering and sharing their thoughts too. We have Annalyn saying, I take rejections as a challenge. I work really hard and prove others that I'm more than what they think. From Sugarland. Yeah, that is really positive and really just bettering yourself. Thank you for sharing that. And also from our sister or Grace, she's saying, Hi, Sister Irene. Congratulations to you and Brother Rome from Canlapan, San Antonio. And we also have Vanessa saying communication is key in any relationship. Yes, definitely nodding to that for sure. And she is from Corpus Christi. And we also have Deshils, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, but thank you for saying God closes one door and opens up another for the better. Have faith and trust in the path that God has placed before you. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for sharing. And we also have one more from Annalyn as well, saying all rejections are just trials. Just bounce back and pray really hard for guidance and strong faith to do better. And also from Sugarland. And I think we also have from LV, which is saying that resilience and mental toughness, facing rejection builds resilience, teaching you how to handle setbacks with grace and perseverance. So that is really good. Yeah, it is really like exercising in a way where if you use that muscle often, you just strengthen it even more. And I think one thing that has helped a lot in terms of facing rejections over the year, it might not be like a straightforward no. It could just be someone in your life that starts slowly to fade out of your life. In the beginning, it was a little bit hard to understand the concept, but after a while, it's really just understanding that, hey, God has his plans for us, and also people do come in and out of your life. You focus on different things in your life, and that just impacts on who is with you, who is not interacting with you anymore. So just keep that in, at least that really helps in terms of handling rejections, or why are you not talking to me anymore? Things like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
absolutely. I mean, let's
Those are
circle
called
back again
dramas.
with, sorry, Brother Bern, you were saying?
Those are called dramas. Too much watching the movies, drama movies.
Oh, sometimes we just need, entertainment, right? So
That's right.
so going back to, like circling back to like to longevity, I'm gonna go back to Sister Irene. And so, like, I think 36 years is a long time. Can you maybe, I know there's probably a lot in your core memories. Can you maybe talk about anything that you and Brother Rome have done that's been fun, or that's kind of like, your usual together? Like, I know there's like certain couples that I remember like talking to one of our brethren in our locale, talking about their moms, like, their date, they have a Costco date, like that's what they do every Sunday,
Yeah.
which I think
I
is like,
want to
oh,
know. I
that's so
want to know
cute,
this.
because they bond, that's their bonding time. What about you, Sister Irene? Like, are there like fun things that you and Brother Rome like
Yes,
throughout
yeah,
the years?
yeah, definitely a lot. But one thing for sure, we love to travel. And over the years, we travel and we go to, we've been to many places, either traveling somewhere in different states or different countries, or maybe going on a cruise. And that is, and sometimes it's as simple as we just walk at the park, or the trail, something like that. And different things in our stage now in our relationship, there's a lot of that. Okay, we're tired, or we don't, we cannot travel, or we're busy. We just go out, for a walk, and that really help us. And Costco, trip. I guess after 36 years, I mean, Costco is like, yay, it's like fun to go to. So yeah, or sometimes, we just go find a new restaurant and we just try it out. And we're like, hey, let's do that. I think one more thing I would like to add, keeping our relationship really strong, you just learn how to compromise. Because you can, the drama in the relationship, I mean, I don't think it will ever stop. Even if you're married 50 years, 60 years, you just have to learn, how to compromise. And if you feel, I know for me, if I feel like, okay, he's not giving up, I'm just gonna, be quiet or do something else, just kind of do something else, like distract yourself or keep yourself busy. Yeah, that always works.
Sorry, Sister
my
Irene.
favorite my favorite thing oh, sorry, Brother Bern, I
Sorry,
was just gonna say,
I have to ask.
yeah.
Since you said that, you're not getting any younger, stuff like that, and you're getting tired of traveling. Why not hire Justin over there to be your personal driver?
I know, actually, he gets tired more than me sometimes.
Justin, you're so young. You're too young to get tired. To be tired.
I know that's why I'm worried why I'm tired now.
And just to share with everyone, you probably already know, we travel with our family also. I know our children are adults now, but we're still enjoying them. So I think that's one, fun thing to keep, not just our relationship as couple, but I think, the family. We just actually came back from the Philippines, and, we try to find ways to keep that relationship together, and we try to go out once a week as a family. So yeah, I think that it really helps.
I
I
like
think
that.
that's
I
a
like that.
wonderful bonding, experience for not only you and Brother Roman, obviously, like, for your sons. I was gonna say, going back to compromise, my favorite phrase to use is work around.
Yes, yes,
Because you kind of figure, one of us is not gonna give this up, so I'm gonna have to figure out a workaround, right? So you
yes,
just kind of have to like pivot a little bit and kind of,
yes.
make it work for yourself. So
And
I completely
So,
agree
Sister
with that.
Jamie, you're trying to say that who's gonna give in first?
yes, and one really, really, really secret. People ask me, "How do you stay young?" I said, "Don't frown. Don't take life seriously. Move on, move on. Keep smiling.
Lots
Like,
of laughs, right? You gotta
right,
laugh
that's
about
right,
it. Yeah.
that's right.
And I think a lot of the fun things that, like, so for my husband and I, like, we make everything a date, even if it's just going to the grocery store. I always call it, oh, it's a grocery date, because I feel like that is a time that you forget. You're so busy with work and you're busy with, life in general, but you forget that there is still that time that you need to connect and reconnect with
That's
each other. So I
right.
make everything an event. Like, we're gonna go walk the dog, oh, it's a walking date. Or it's like, we're going to the hardware store, it's the hardware store date. So I make everything
Don't
a date.
forget, it's cheaper that way. You know, the hot dog costs $1. You can have a lot of hot dogs.
Yeah, and it's funny that you mentioned that, Sister Jamie, because I'm actually doing something similar. Every time we hop in a car, I would say road trip, or if it's really short ride, I would say mini road trip, and kind of make it a special moment where it's just the two of us.
It's so true. You just got to make it an event. Every little thing,
Yeah,
you have to
I
yeah.
ride
cherish,
to the gas
cherish those
station.
moments. What's that, Brother Byrne?
I ride to the gas station.
Hey, it's a
Gas
road
station
trip.
date.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, when you think about it, there are actually some pretty good quality gas stations out there.
That's true. And there are ones
That
that
is
you
true.
actually will travel to get good snacks. Snack date.
Mhm.
Okay, what about you, Sister Wendy and Brother Byrne? Anything fun that you do with your significant others that kind of keep, relationship alive and, feel connected with one another?
Yeah, for me, we're from different cultures, and I love that about us. Because I just enjoy kind of discovering things about our own cultures every time, whether most of it is about food, but there are also where we discover, like, oh, okay, you have different celebrations, or different ways that you do things. It definitely keeps interesting. And my husband is really good at cooking. He doesn't want to admit it, but he's really good at cooking. And so he would cook uh, cuisines from his culture for me, and then I would cook something for me, and we would kind of try it. And it's definitely a journey to build that experience together. So that's what I really enjoy, kind of building an adventure together. What about you, Brother Byrne?
For me, we're totally opposite. My other half, she wants to do it together. I want to do it in a way that separately. Like, I don't want to have someone to be bugging me. Like, come on, let me do it. I'm faster. But anyway, yeah, that's one thing that I need to reconsider, because that's how one way you'll bond with each other. Like, okay, for a team, that if you want to play this game, of course you have to have what do you call that? A team, something like a team. Like, you have
Teamwork.
to work as a team. Teamwork. Why is it so hard to think about that one? But anyway, as I said, I'm a solo player. But anyway, yeah. Um I have to learn that in a way that I have to really understand it, because it's really hard for me if I do it solo. It's easy for me to do it solo rather than doing it with someone. Like, for example, like cleaning. Like, she wants to do like, for example, a car. she wants to do it together. I can do it alone. I can do it by myself. I don't want. It's faster that way.
No,
And then
I totally hear you.
yeah,
Yeah, and thank you for sharing that too. So I love how we shared so much experience on this topic. And then before we wrap up, I do want to make sure that we do get to look at our exciting CFO in action. So, Kwiatek, whenever you're ready, if you could bring us in for CFO
This
in
is
action.
CFO in action. Let's take a look at some of the activities here in the District of Texas. Here in the District of Texas, we had our Unity Games Bowling Edition, where members in the different parts of Texas gathered together to participate in a friendly competition of bowling. In Humboldt, Texas, we had a special gathering in celebration of the establishment of SCAN, or the Society of Communicators and Networkers, and the CMDPS, the Christian Medical, Dental, and Paramedical Society. Following this activity was the CMDPS blood drive, where Iglesia Ni Cristo members took the opportunity to donate blood for patients that are in need. We have also held our Family Fun Day and biking activity in Houston, Texas, where families gather together to have fun and ride bicycles in the surrounding area. That's all we have for today. For CFO in Action in the District of Texas, this is Brother Justin Talioga. And don't forget to subscribe to our INC Radio YouTube channel.
All right, that was amazing with all our activities. And I love the time just flew by so much. I love hearing all the experiences, like formulas in terms of maintaining a relationship. How did we redirect after receiving a rejection? But it is close to the time that we would say goodbye. But before we do that, we would like to thank our district CFO overseer, Brother Matt Carl Talents, our assistant district minister, Brother Chody Sampson, our district supervising minister, Brother Noel Caritativo, our executive producer, Brother Emmanuel Andea, our station manager, Brother Wally Ture, our CEBSI CEO, CFO coordinator, Brother Angelo Irano Manalo, and of course, special thank you to our executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Now, before we say goodbye, I do want to see if there are any shout outs. Sister Irene, would you like to start us off?
Yes, thank you, and shout out to my own family here in Texas, all over Texas, and my family is tuned in the Philippines. My mom and all my relatives there. Thank you for tuning in, and our fellow brethren and our local Killeen, and also same thing with our Buklod officers throughout the district. Hello, and thank you for supporting our INC Radio, and thanks for having me.
Thank you. We love having you. And thank you for everyone and your family for tuning in, especially all the way from the Philippines as well. Thank you so much. How about you, Sister Jamie? Any shout outs?
Yes, shout out to everyone who's spending their Friday evening with us. Thank you so much for tuning in and being part of our show this evening. Shout out to the locale of Austin. And also, as always, shout out to my friends and family out there in Northern California.
All right. How about you, Brother Byrne?
shout out to those who are watching in the function hall here in Humboldt. Thank you very much for tuning in. Of course, my better half, Sister Camille. Hello. Thank you for watching. Tuning in our anti radio, and of course, one thing. God's direction is the best redirection.
Ah,
Keep it
thank
that.
Nicely said. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We love having you. And please do tune in to our INC Radio Texas next Friday at 9 p.m. And upcoming next is INC Caribbean. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you soon.